welcome back to another video. I'm your host, Nephilim. You can find all my social media links down in the description box, and mostly they're just all Nephilim. So if you just enter that name in any social media link, I will be there. Anyways, you can support my art by subscribing to my Patreon, where you pay monthly. It's up to you how much you want to pay, and then depending on what you pay is depending on what you get. You get cool things like animations, drawings, sketches that I don't release on YouTube, and a lot of videos that I don't release on YouTube, along with not safe for work art, pinup art, and lots of anime art too. So if you want to do that, or can do that, then you can find the link for my Patreon down below. If you can't do that or can't afford to pay monthly, then you can also support me by buying my merchandise on my Etsy shop. I sell keychains of Pokemon. I'm also doing some Sailor Moon keychains. I also sell original artwork. I will be selling prints sooner or later. Not sure when, but I'll be doing that soon, and the link for my Etsy shop is down below as well. Anyways, today's video is about coloring, blending, and shading with markers. Now, these markers are mostly alcohol based, so if you have Copic markers, Pro markers, even the Touch New markers, or even the Prisma color markers, they all work the same. They are all alcohol based markers, and alcohol based markers usually have a general way of doing things, and I am in no way a professional, so I will be showing you how I shade and blend my markers, and hopefully this will be a good help and tip for you guys. So that's why today is Tutorial Thursday, where I do tutorials on things that I know of that might help other people. And today that is me showing you how to blend your markers. So the colors that I have today are in a variety of range. I have skin tone colors, some pinks, some reds, and some blues. Now, if you want to know the specific names of these markers, I will leave them in the description box so you can know. So first things first, we'll start with the skin tones, since a lot of people have trouble with skin tone blending when it comes to markers. Excuse my bird if you can hear him. I'm not sure if you can, but he's pretty loud. Anyways. Okay, skin is one of my favorite things to blend. You can use Copics, you can use Pro markers, you can use Prisma color markers, or even the Touch New markers that I have here. Or the Touch 5 markers is what mine are called, since I have the knockoff brand of the Shinhan art markers. I do have some real Shinhan markers, which I have this one, which is flesh color. So when it comes to markers and blending, I will be blending. First, let me show you the colors. Now this one is R139 flesh. So it's your basic pinky flesh tone, as you can see here. Then I have another one called 25 Salmon Pink. And 29 Barely Beige. So the two colors that I will be blending will be the flesh tone and the barely in the salmon pink, because those are the closest to each other. Now when it comes to blending or shading, what you want to do is have the colors closest to each other. So first you would want to put down your lightest color, which for me would be the flesh tone. Now the key tip for blending with alcohol-based markers is to have your medium still wet when you apply the other marker. You see how it already starts blending? And then what I like to do is go over it again with the color. And as you can see, it has a darker tone compared to this one. Now I can show you another difference when it comes to the barely beige. I sometimes use this color as well before I got the flesh tone. And now I'll be using the salmon pink. As you see already, it already blends. So the best thing to do is, you don't have to go over it again, but I do. I kind of like it because I like to blend out the edges of it. But you can already see how it blends really fast. And the key to that is to have your base layer wet as you use the other color. Okay, so skin tones are kind of easy if you notice. So even if you have a darker skin tone, like if you want to do a Native American character, African American character, well, it's the same thing. Just find a shade 1 to 2 shades lighter or 1 to 2 shades darker when it comes to shading. You now usually use the shade that's the lightest for your base color. Then you go to the next color to do shading, and then a little darker if you want to do a little more exaggerated shading. But yeah, the skin tones are pretty basic and pretty easy to get the hang of. So next I'm going to do light tones. So I'll do pinks. Now the two pinks that I have is 7 Cosmos and 9 pink pale pink. Now this one's 7 and this one's 9. So you can see these are 1 to 2 shades darker or lighter than each other. So I'm going to show you how they look. This is the pale pink. This would be great for blush, or hair, or flowers. And this is the Cosmos. Now as you can see, what we would use for our shading or blending would be the pale pink first, because that is 9, so it's darker than the 7. So you would put down your 7, and like I said, always make sure that it's wet when you're applying your next color. It makes blending and shading a lot easier. See, this color is nearly too close to each other, and sometimes that can happen. So in this case, you can't really tell the difference. This case is not a lot of shading. Now that can happen a lot if you get colors a little bit too close to each other. Now I'm going to use another color, another pink that is lighter than both of them, so I can show you how it works. And I'm using my Copics bright colors. So this is my bright set, and I will be using number R32, which is peach, even though to me is more like a strawberry peach, and I did a strawberry pink that is a peachy color, but you know. So, see, this color is lighter than the rest, so this will work. Definitely work. See? And then what I would use next, I would use the 7 Cosmos, because that is a little lighter than the pink. So then I would use that. As you can see, that's more shading. It's a little better when it comes to that. And like I said, you can feather out the edges to make it blend more. You don't have to if you don't want to, but that's what I do. See, I just blend it out, and there you go. I can even go with the pink again. And since my 9 pale pink and my 7 Cosmos are very identical, I can use either or. So I'm going to use the 9 pale pink right on top of this. As you can see, is just as good and blends just as well, as you can see here. So again, you can leave it like this so you can see the gradient, or like me, feather out the edges, let it dry, and there you go. That's a really good gradient right there. So the next color I'll be using is the blues, because it's a darker color than these two, because as you can see, these two are kind of similar, so you get the idea. So I'm going to do blues. So right now I'm going to use the blues. I had to zoom out a little bit, that way you can see the end of my sketchbook. And the 2 blues I will be using are 66 baby blue and 67 pastel blue. Now these may become like the pinks and be a little too close to each other since their numbers are very similar, but let's find out. So first, I'll show you the colors. This one is the baby blue, which to me looks more like a cerulean or a sea blue, almost turquoise, just needs a little green in it. Doesn't really look that baby blue. And now I'm using the pastel blue, which the pastel blue is a lot lighter than the baby blue. Use my phone, as you can see. Now, don't get a little intimidated when it comes to darker colors, because when it comes to darker colors, it's the same concept as the brighter colors here. As you can see, the gradients from all the colors here, it's the same concept for these. So what I'll do is I'll make sure this is wet again. And then I'll just add the other blue right on top. And as you can see, you have that gradient. And like always, I like to taper the ends so it looks more like a gradient. And you see, once it gets dried a little, you'll be able to see the gradient. But you can see it right now, right here, compared to right here. And that's how you have to do with darker colors, because it's not that hard. Like, I'll even do some reds, because they're darker as well. So I'll do reds. And I have 14 vermilion and 15 geranium. I'm not sure how to pronounce that at all. But you see how they are, right? Some dark, bright colors. You can't be afraid. Picasso wasn't afraid. Now this might be a little too far apart in the shading range, so maybe I'll okay, this is 11 carmine, and that seems a little bit closer to my geranium. So, I mean, that's a little lighter than the geranium, so I would use that. I would use the geranium to shade with my carmine. See? It's not that hard. It's very easy. If you just know the colors and the color wheel, or just know your basic colors, it's pretty easy. Now I wonder if I can use my carmine to shade with this. And lo and behold, I can. Look at that. That gradient right there. See, it's very easy. Now, this is the end of my tutorial Thursdays. But if you have any questions about any colors, any markers, then please contact me. I am so willing to help you guys. Now again, I am no professional. I just started using markers myself a couple of months ago. So this is new to me as well, but I just want to give advice to you guys. And as you can see, even if I used my Copic marker with my Touch 5 markers, it's still blended very well, as you can see right here in the pinks. And that's because they are alcohol based. So you can use a variety of markers with each other, as long as the shades are close to each other, the colors are close to each other. So I can use, say for 3 different shades, I can use a pink from Copics, another pink from my Touch 5, and another pink from my Prisma color markers, since they're all alcohol based. So you can use a variety. You don't have to use just one marker or just one brand. So that's it for me today. I don't want this video to become too long, but I really hope you guys learned something today, because that's what I want to have for my goal for my tutorial Thursdays, to at least teach you guys something once a week. And if you have any questions about markers, blending, or anything, please leave a comment down below. If you liked this video, or if it was helpful for you, please give it a thumbs up. And if you really want to know more, or would like to see my other tutorial Thursdays that will be coming, please hit that subscribe button. Now again, all my social media links will be in the description box down below. Have a great day, guys, and I hope you have a great art day and keep creating.